It's about now when a large group of you are leaving your traditional education behind in favor of 3 months of summertime enjoyment. But don't let your brain turn into a mushy pile of porridge and seep out your face holes. Let's keep the knowledge flowing in pure 8-bit computer fashion with some interesting Commodore 64 educational titles on this week's futuristic episode of Little House on the Prairie. The Commodore 64 has a whole host of entertaining game titles, but man can't sustain on gaming alone. Sometimes a little learning is in order, and there's nothing wrong with that. It could even be fun. Interestingly enough, when my parents purchased the Commodore 64 you see here for the family, they envisioned a powerful knowledge vomiting device that would magically put mortarboards on dullards. And for the most part, it was quite possible the computer could have been the proverbial stepladder for the excellence in educational pursuits, were it not for us playing Spy vs. Spy all the damn time. Let's begin with Commodore's contribution to generic public domain software with this collection of Commodore public domain series software. These little blue-gray folders with a really subdued artwork were quite ubiquitous during the early days of Commodore computers, namely the PET and the 64. While they used this design for a lot of their software, such as business utilities, programming tools, and even some games, I mostly remember them as the telltale sign of public domain programs. There's no fancy menu screens on these disks. You either had to refer to the back of the folder to choose your program, or fire up the load $8 command and list them. Beep boop boop beep. I like to make sound effects as I type. Let's start with family. Okay, I'm not going to remember any of this. And thank you, computer program. I will procreate happily. I'll play God here, but just choose things randomly because I forgot what everything means. And there we are. Interesting. Next, let's play with circuits. Okay, so I have to guess what state the light will be in. And as you watch this footage and wonder why I got the wrong answer on ridiculously easy grade school level questions on circuits, please know that I'm playing the I didn't know what I was doing at first card. Whatever, I am done with science right now. Let's move on to English the 7th. There's only 3 games on this disc. I guess there's only so much English you could fit on a floppy. Anyway, let's start with Word Hunt. The object here is to guess the fugitive word based on the clues given. Seems easy. Sounds like they're trying to describe curve. Yay, good work indeed. And as the new chief of the word police, my first act will be to dismantle this ludicrous organization. By the way, these programs are all written in BASIC, so feel free to quit out and type list to see what makes them tick. How's about we get our math on? More specifically, hang math. Basically, you have a multiplication problem worked out on the screen with the numbers replaced by letters, and you have to guess not only the correct digits, but also where they belong. Like hangman, guess wrong enough and the man gets hanged. And that's basically it. Okay, I'm bored now. We need a little more excitement with our learning, I think. Maybe the good, non-litigious folks over at the Children's Television Workshop can serve my fancy a tickle. The game is time-bound by CBS software, and lo and behold, it's a cartridge. That means no loading, instant gratification. Let's see if our flimsy grasp on 2,000 years of milestones, with the last 16 completely fabricated as the game was made in 1984, can edutain us. Timebound is an action-oriented game, in theory, where you have 15 minutes to save clumsy Dr. Anacron from his time-based prison. Your rescue device is this time scanner at the edge of the screen here, but I'll just call it a wristwatch. Each of these red balls represents an invention, famous birth, what have you. The events are all categorized, and all the events within the same category will appear in the same wedge position on the screen. However, these positions change between games. By grabbing a ball, you not only see what milestone you landed on, helping you determine that wedge's category, but also see the doctor's current location. Using your big brainy knowledge of history and some clever deduction, you should be able to track him down. So yeah, it seems like for the first 1600 years or so, there was nothing going on according to this game. So expect to stare blankly at this simple graphical representation of time and space melting right before your very eyes, and nothing else. Once you see a blue ball floating towards you, that will be your goal. Grab it, and the computer will have a violent orgasm. Now celebrate quietly to yourself and let's just play something else already. Okay, so we flexed our brain muscles a little bit today, but we still need to get some concrete skills under our belt so that we can be employable in this tough economic climate. And as my great-grandfather Robbie once told me, no man who can work a typewriter will ever go hungry. How else could I get good at fingering my keyboard? Thank goodness for the cast of the Wizard of Id comic strip who have teamed up with Sierra to bring us WizType. By the way, if you've noticed a lot of chocolate smudges on my discs, I was quite the food-eating child. Sierra Online was a strong presence in the home computer software market, having already released many critically acclaimed titles. But when they decided to tackle poor typing skills head-on, they enlisted the help of Brant Parker and Johnny Hart's Wizard of Id comic strip. Designed with the assistance of Sierra co-founder Ken Williams, WizType's goal was to get people's fingers zipping around the keyboards. With enough practice, you'll be entering those free magazine typing programs in under a day. By the way, you're looking at my original progress chart from 30 years ago. The time I spent with this title really helps when I have to quickly type up a script, just so I can place it 30 yards left of the camera. In the main game, the spirit is throwing a bunch of nonsense in the middle. Typing the letters will make the wizard zap it away. If you're able to type faster than the spirit can produce letter combos, the wizard will destroy the spirit and you'll collect some sweet bonus points. However, if you're too slow, the spirit will slowly evolve into a dragon. If you don't quit hunting and pecking shortly thereafter, you'll be reduced to a pile of ash. There are other modes as well, like this paragraph mode. You can let the jester keep pace with you, and where's the apostrophe? I'm so used to it being next to enter. Where is it? Oh, it's above the 7. But while we're on this topic, I'm so not used to the Commodore 64 keyboard anymore. You have to put a little more oomph into the keys since it was designed in the age of mechanical typewriters. And sometimes the spacebar needs a good whack to get it working. We could spend all day trying to give our gray matter a beach body. I have some more titles here that will learn you good. Visible Solar System. I have Master Match with Learningware, foreign languages. Let's see, I got Magic Spells by the Learning Company. Something on the back here too. It's the Atari version. I got Word Flyer by Electronic Arts. You know what? By now we're all smarter than the average bear. So why don't we just take a break from this learning nonsense and do something fun, like let's play with Masters of the Lamps. How about that? So while I'm doing that, this is Dave for TV Games. Please be well, and I'll see you next time. As my great-grandfather Robbie once told me, I slipped into Brit.
I slipped into Brit. Heavens to Betsy. By Jove, I'm British again.
Take 6.